everyone, it's me, Bryce. So we are going to be ranking every single Taylor Swift album to date. So Taylor Swift has 10 albums, meaning that we are going to be going from number 10 to number 1, and it's going to be crazy. So let's do this. Sorry, I am very excited to do this, but here we go. Number 10 is sadly going to go to Taylor Swift, the album. So this album is really good and all, but I do think that since it is her first album, meaning that she has done a lot more from here and beyond, I feel like it's just the beginning of her career, so meaning, and to know that her songwriting and her vocals have extended to the point from this album, because this album was back in 2006. So that means, and she was also 16 at the time, meaning that she has grown in her career. We've watched her grow, and yeah, I feel like that this, sadly, I have to put at number 10. Number 9 is gonna go to Lover. Sadly, Lover, it is a beautiful album. I do think that there are a few skips on it that I really can't stand. I do think that this album is beautiful lyrically. I can't really listen to some of the songs. The lead singles on this album, I feel like were kind of disappointing, knowing that they don't really fit with the theme of Lover. Like, Me was just kind of childish, and I feel like it was kind of the worst lead single. I feel like it should have been left off the album in a whole. So that's why, and there are a few other songs I skip on this album. And it is also a very long album, 18 songs. That is pretty long. But that's why Lover is going to go to the number 9 spot. Number 8 goes to Fearless. So I feel like this album truly does do a justice on Taylor. I feel like this is the album that really made her famous. Like, we had songs like Love Story, You Belong With Me. Like, come on. Those songs are like two of her biggest hits today. So I feel like there are other albums that I prefer over Fearless, but I feel like this was the perfect choice for her first re-record. So yeah, sadly, I do have to put it at number 8. Number 7 is going to Folklore. Wow. I know. A lot of Swifties are gonna be mad at me when I say this, but I don't get the hype of Folklore. Yes, it is a beautiful album. I feel like this album really is kind of a special album to Taylor for a reason. Like, it does tell her that she can write stories that are not about her, which I totally see that. I do love the concept of the love triangle, and I do love most of the songs on this album. There are some songs I can't really listen to on this album, but other than that, I feel like this album is beautiful, and I do love how everything came to her. And I think, especially for an album that she wrote during quarantine, it truly helps define Taylor as a storyteller, basically. Number 6 is gonna go to Midnights. Someone please tell me why the way I said Midnights in that clip sounded like I was either an alien or someone who has been smoking for 20 years. So I love this album. I feel like it is a beautiful album. I feel like it's a little all over the place. Probably her most out of place album. Like, I get it. It was released in the middle of her re-records. So basically, like, we got it between Write Taylor's version and Speak Now Taylor's version, which, yeah, I do see why Taylor would drop an album like this. But at the same token, I don't get why this album really was released. But at the same time, there are some songs that I can't live without on this album, like Maroon, Question, Lavender Haze, Anti-Hero. Like, we have, literally every song on this album is absolutely gorgeous. But there are some that, like, some albums that are better than this. So, yeah. Alright, now we're going on to the top 5. So, the 5th place is going to go to Red. I do think that Red really does also kind of define Taylor in a way that, like, this album, first of all, it is 30 tracks. So you can't expect to love every single track on this album, but 30 tracks, I don't really see any skips on this album. Like, yeah. Why am I speaking like this? I don't know. But Red, we have All Too Well. We have 22. We have We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. We have I Knew You Were Trouble. We have a bunch of songs on this album that we don't see on any other album, though we can kind of see them being in Speak Now or 1989, but that's beside the point. I truly think that Red, Taylor's version, really did improve as literally way more than I expected it to. Like, I didn't expect it to be as much of a change as there was. Yeah. Yeah. So number 4 is gonna go to Evermore, the Forgotten album. Whew. I think that this album truly, I feel like this album is so much better than Folklore. Because other than, I feel like this album does have a little bit more of songs on this album that are about herself. But Folklore really doesn't. Like, we do have a few songs that that are fictional on this album, but I feel like the soundscape is a little better. I feel like it's a little, yeah. So yeah, that's why Evermore is at number 4. So here we go. We made it to the top 3 albums. So yeah. Number 3 is gonna go to the one and only 1989. You don't realize how much this album actually means to me as a Swiftie. This era really did drag a lot of Swifties. This album truly is
the pop perfection as everyone says it is.
We have songs like Blank Space, Style, Shake It Off, Bad Blood, Wildest Dreams.
Just to name a few.
This album in a whole, no skips.
No skips.
Even Shake It Off, which is kind of shocking, but I feel like this album does define Taylor upon her soundscape. I feel like 1989, I'm so excited for a 1989 Taylor's version, by the way. You don't realize how crazy I'm gonna be when that comes out, because it'll be like, yeah, you're not gonna realize how bad it is gonna be. Whew. Anyways, so 1989, it really does define Taylor. Like, she can change her sound, and she can't be known for a specific genre. In that case, it was country back then. But then 1989 really proved that she can't be just known for country. Number 2 is gonna go to Reputation. I don't get why a lot of swifties hate Reputation. It is an absolute fun album. Okay, I do get the excuse of it really doesn't define Taylor. I do see that.
Yeah.
I can admit myself that this album doesn't necessarily define Taylor as a person.
But it really does kind of prove that she can do whatever she wants.
I mean, I also do see that people are saying that she is forced, that she's doing this sound, changing her sound by force. I see that, especially from when it went to 1999 to Reputation. That's why it's at number 2 on my ranking. But other than that, I find Reputation to be the perfect album that, again, doesn't define Taylor, but it really defines the
Drama
from Taylor and her exes and everything. And it proves that she also found the perfect one, Joe, which I'm kind of sad they broke up, but okay. All right, number 1. Here we go. Number 1 is gonna go to the one, the only, Speak Now. So, yes, very excited. As you can't tell, I'm so excited to tell you how much this album is. I can't. But Speak Now, we have songs Enchanted, The Story of Us, Haunted, Long Live, Last Kiss. Every single song on this album is perfection. But the main thing about this album, the vault tracks are so good. I can't explain how much I love the vault tracks because these vault tracks are iconic. We have I Can See You. We have Electric Touch. We have okay. My one complaint is how Timeless was not on Speak Now. It is the perfect storytelling song. And the fact that she wrote this entire album by herself when she was 19, 20, 18. Out of all the songs that really... But yeah, Speak Now really defines her songwriting. Like, if you saw my first video, you'll know how basically I say that the 3 albums that define Taylor are Lover, Speak Now, and 1989. This is the main one that really defines Taylor as an artist because this album is completely self-written. And yeah, I'm really shocked that it was self-written because there are some songs that I do see that wouldn't be self-written. But especially from a 19-year-old. So yeah. All right. Sorry. I was excited. As you can't tell. But I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button. Follow my Instagram. Subscribe. Please. Please. Subscribe. And I will see you all next time. Bye.